Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy and I play games, and welcome back to another video. Now this is actually just a little intro to the video. I didn't realize this at the time of recording, but I didn't want to go back and re-record it because I felt that it was a good video, except I'm going to edit it and it's actually I used the wrong microphone. So, oops. So I'm just letting you know that the wrong microphone was used. This is actually my microphone that I should have been using, but I didn't want to re-record it because I really liked what I said in there. So, hello everybody, my name is Jeremy and I play games, and welcome back to another video. Now, today this one's going to be kind of a different video. It's going to be a little bit of a talky video. Something that I want to do more, but like, I can't because I don't. But I don't usually ever have enough time to talk about everything. Well, not enough time. I don't have enough like information really to talk about the entire thing, like the entirety of whatever I want to talk about. But this one, considering how much of a key part of my life it is, I do have like 10 years of at least 10 years of experience, like 13 or 14 years of experience to talk about this, and that's the American school system. So in the American school system we have, let me try to lay this out here for you. We have technically 13 different grades, or 14 if you count preschool. But we have 13 different grades. So we have preschool, which is like for little kids who, it's mostly for parents who don't just want their kids to go to daycare. Like they're old enough to go to a schooling place, but they can't take care of them at home or whatever, or they just want to get them ready before that. And a lot of kids go to preschool. A lot of them go for 2 years. I personally went for 1 year. I have met a lot of people who actually have never gone to preschool, so that's one of those things. It's not mandatory or anything like that. Then you start kindergarten, and this is where it's called kindergarten. It's where the base, or it's like where the public schooling begins. So usually I believe it's around 4 or 5 whenever they start kindergarten, and then they have kindergarten, and then they have first grade, and then they have all the grades up through 12th grade, and then after 12th grade you leave high school. This is already confusing, and I've like barely begun. So there's some schools, some places it's just 1 through 5 for elementary school, which is the first few grades. Other places it's 1 through 6. So that differentiates dependent on like where you are, what school you go to, and all that. So that's elementary school. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, other schools go 1 through 6. So they have 1 through 5 and then 1 through 6. Then you have what's called middle school or junior high school. This is usually, it goes up through 8th grade. So I believe it's junior high is for ones that are 6th and 7th only, and middle schools are, junior high is 7th and 8th only, and middle schools are 6th, 7th, and 8th. And so then you have middle school, and then you have high school, and high school is 9 through 12. And then after high school, you are finished with your public schooling career, and you can either move on to like high school or college, or just go into the workforce. So I'm going to mainly be talking about the public schooling, not necessarily like colleges or universities or anything like that, which is like post education. So I have quite a few issues with the public school system in America. My first and biggest one is time. I never really understood the whole fact that you needed to be in school for 7 hours a day. Like, I understand it's when your parents get home and all this, but, like, seriously, teenagers don't get up. Like, our day starts at 9 o'clock. Most teenagers aren't awake until, like, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So just getting them up at, like, 8 o'clock, whatever time, so that they can get ready to go to school, it's just, I don't like it, because we're not going to be awake. You know, we're not going to want to focus. We're not going to want to be there. And so it just doesn't make sense to me that we don't, like, we have to go in so early. And we have to go in for so long. And, like I understand that we have to. Because otherwise we're just going to sit and get ourselves in trouble and all this and that. And, you know, like, I completely understand it. I don't agree with it, but I don't really have a say in that at this point. That's one of those things that's just kind of set in stone, and I can't do anything about. But I'd still like to complain about it, because complaining about things is fun, especially when, oh, that's my watch beeping. Especially when you can, you know, complain to other people, and other people will be like, yeah, I completely agree with you. So that is issue number one. The next one, and one that I'm much more verbal and, like, feel a lot more strongly about, is standardized tests. So I don't remember exactly what year it is, but George Bush passed the No Child Left Behind law. And basically, the No Child Left Behind law is you have to have standardized tests. So I live in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and we have what are called SOLs, Standards of Learning. They're actually SOL EOC. I forget what the EOC stands for, but it's Standards of Learning, and that is up through you take those all the way through high school. Some classes don't have them because they're not on a normal, like, not advanced schedule, you wouldn't get to them. Like, so you would graduate, like, I could honestly just spend a long time explaining the entirety of, like, classes and stuff like that, but I don't want to. I would prefer not to, so I'm not going to. So we have the standards of learning. They themselves are not that bad. I mean, they get kind of really stupid because with all of the technology advance, they have these quote-unquote technology-enhanced questions, which are not multiple choice. They're like fill-in-the-blank kind of things. And it's like, it's so stupid. And a lot of teachers just really dislike them because their job depends on us doing well in the SOLs. Now, if you've ever read the book Freakonomics, there was like a little chapter in there about teachers cheating, kind of. They get back tests and they change some of the answers so that they look better on scores, which don't ever do because you get in lots of trouble for that and actually lose your job. So in helping your job, in attempting to help your job, you're actually ruining it. So don't do that. So a lot of teachers just strongly dislike SOLs because their jobs are dependent on it. They have to take time out of their class to do it, and like they're required, and it's just like there's like a lot of things that just kind of play into it. And so a lot of teachers are just like, here's a big review packet for it so that you can be ready to go for the SOL. And so yeah, just I hope you enjoyed your time of being able to relax, because now you're gonna have an SOL and we can't do anything about it. And so it's like I don't know, just it frustrates me that they're what am I doing? I just need one crafting table. I don't need 4. Okay, wait, hold on a second. Let me just get myself organized here. I'm playing in my new modded Minecraft world. If this video goes out before the series goes out, then yeah, that's the thing. So get a little sneak preview. 4.75 attack damage. That's hilarious. Okay, so it just like teachers don't like them and they're forced to take them and we have to like spend time reviewing them. I really hope I don't forget about this. And it's just like, why even do them? Because teachers are so verbally against them. And keep in mind, not only while they're taking this, they're taking AP tests and advanced placement tests, and which are college. They're basically, so you have to have a certain number of college credits, and you get college credits for taking classes. So you can take these things called advanced placement classes, which they give you a college credit, or a few college credits. I forget exactly what it is. But let me mark this right here. So it's J. Okay. Waypoints, new chest, and way out. Save. So, and then on top of that, we have final exams coming up. And final exams every semester, you have to take a final exam for a class. Well, you have to take an exam. Depending if it's either first midterm or a final, just depending on the class and the time and ouch. So some people are taking like 5 AP tests. They have to take like 3 or 4 SOLs. And then they have to take final exams for all of their classes. So that's, let me think, 3 plus 5 plus 7. That's 15 exams, 15 tests in a course of a month. So like, I don't get it, because if you want us to do well, if you want us to have good grades, you shouldn't be stressing us out with these tests. And on top of that, what if I'm having a bad day? Does that mean that because I have a bad day, my teacher gets fired? Because I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, I have to retake a class? Even better yet, there's what we've called the SAT, which is a test it has to do with colleges. So you're meaning to tell me that because I was not doing too well this morning, I don't get to go to the college that I want? Like, yeah, I get to retake it a couple different times, but for me, I have ADHD, and me and tests just don't go well together. So because of that, and I think I'm pretty smart, but because of my ADHD, I don't do so well on tests. So what the government is telling me is that I am not a smart person, and I need extra attention because I don't do well on these tests. And my teachers I should only get specific teachers because only certain teaching styles accommodate me, which is not true at all. So, because of that, I just have to sit and, you know, not be smart. Be in the not smart class. Nothing against any of the kids in there. Most of those kids are some pretty cool kids. So, yeah. American school system at its finest. You know, singling people out. There's really another point I wanted to hit on this, but I completely forgot it. So, yeah, so it's just like, it doesn't make sense to me. Because they're asking me to do well, and they're not even really providing anything in return. Like, I gotta do well, but what do I get out of it? Oh, some cheering and my teacher gets to return next year? Like, yeah, cool. Like, I don't get, like... One of my teachers this year, he offered extra credit if you pass the SOL, because it you know, that is a big part in determining his job. So he said, hey, if you pass the SOL, you put forth the effort for me, I'm gonna help you. Which I completely respected it for it. You know, I think more teachers should do stuff like that, because if they're not really putting forth the effort to, it's just saying like, hey, come work on this SOL packet. So does that mean that they're just giving us a packet, some tedious work, so that we can attempt to study from 600 questions? I actually, no joke, had a 300 question SOL packet this year. That was fun. But, like, you're giving us tedious work, so shouldn't we give you tedious work in return? And, like, not do well? So, yeah. And there are teachers, it's just like, why do you even try in that class? Because they're just like, yeah, welcome to class, we're going to work on this packet for the entire class. I'm going to sit on my computer and play Facebook games and do nothing on class, and whenever I have a question, whenever you have a question, I'm just going to direct you to one of the smarter kids in the class. Singling them out and making you look kind of, oh shoot. Oops. Making you look kind of bad because, you know, you had to go ask them for help. What does that, like, how does that really, like, if I need help, I'm not gonna go running out and saying, hello everybody, I need help. Well, I mean, actually I might, but I'm not gonna go out just to, you know, just to do that. I need some chest. Oh shoot. So, yeah, American school system is just like, you don't really make sense to me, because you're sticking us in the classroom for 12 hours telling us that we have to be there for 180 days of the year and 7 hours a day, and we don't get Wi-Fi at school. Apparently I'm shutting down again. We don't get Wi-Fi at school. We don't get anything like that. You're just going to stick us in a room, yell at us for having our cell phones. When we get out there, there's not going to be a test that we have to answer. Like, I've taken maybe 2 tests. I've taken one that I know for, I've taken 2 tests. That was for my driver's permit and my driver's license. And those are the only tests that I can think of that I have actually had to take for, like, real life things. My brother, who's a professional programmer, he tells me, he's like, if I don't know something, I just Google it. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't know, I just Google them. Because that's the kind of world we live in. Remember my 4th grade math teacher? Well, actually, all of my math teachers quoting or saying, like, word for word, you're not going to carry a calculator with you at all times. And all of my teachers still abide to that rule. You know, you're going to have to... You know, you're going to have to learn how to solve this without a calculator, and we're not going to let you use a calculator. For my math class, we need to learn how to do everything without a calculator. Guess what? On the final exam, we had a calculator. So, why even learn it without the calculator? Like, yeah, you had the tests during the year and stuff without a calculator, and I get it, it shows more understanding, but when am I going to use how to graph an ellipse without a calculator? Heck, when am I even ever going to use that? So why do I have to learn it without being able to use a calculator? We have machines nowadays that you just say, I want an ellipse, and you just, like, send him a little, like, map of whatever and say, I want an ellipse like this. Then he draws the ellipse and sends it back, and it's like, I can print from school. Why does it keep shutting down? I can print to my home printer from my school on my phone. I can be thousands of miles away. I could be in... Alright, I can't open up my inventory apparently. I can be in another country and print from my phone. So what does that say about our schooling system? Like, I can do almost anything from my phone that I don't even need. I don't even use half the features that my phone has. And you're telling me that I have to learn how to draw an ellipse without a calculator. Or even better yet, I have to, like, you claim that I'm not going to have a calculator around with me. Dang it. Alright. We'll sit at the home screen. You know, you say that one of these days you're going to look back and you're going to wonder why, or you're going to thank your 11th grade math teacher for telling you that you're going to need this information one day. But in a world that technology is starting to take over, in a sense, society's getting dumber and dumber, as much as I don't want to admit it. The fact that society's getting dumber and dumber, people are making things stupider and stupider. So, what we should be looking back and thanking our teachers for the opportunity to not have a calculator and to realize that we're going to need a calculator. So, there will probably be more about this. So, in a sense, the school system is dumb. I have a lot of issues with it. I mean, I go to school all the time. I'm I'm not like a bad kid or anything. I'm one of the more opinionated kids that you'll meet, because I become very opinionated on things, and I'm very verbal about it. So yeah, so this might happen more often. I had fun with this. So thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, if you guys have any comments or questions or anything like that, please leave them down here. Special shout out goes to my friend Olivia. If you actually watch this all the way through, Olivia and I get into conversations about our school system all the time, and we start complaining about everything. So I just thought, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a video about it because I enjoy complaining about things with Olivia. So she might actually be on at some point. So thank y'all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.